What's up, everybody? Ho, ho, ho. Cardio talk. We are live. So I will let this populate here for a minute. Thank you guys for being here. Subscribe to this channel if you have not yet, or at least consider it, and maybe you'll want to. A few minutes into this video today, we're talking about where to get started. How do you get started more specifically? I'm here in the middle of my own summer shredded challenge, trying to put my best body forward come summertime. The time when the sun is out and it's blue skies and everyone's in the parks and at barbecues and at beaches, at the river, at the lake, at the pool. You know, it's just too damn hot for jeans and hoodies anymore. You know, I'm trying to get ready. And a lot of people want to get ready also. So I want to teach you how to get ready. In order to do that, and I'm in the middle of my own interval training where it's 2 minutes down, 2 minutes up. I'm on an elliptical machine right now. This is my second minute of my first round on an incline. Basically, I'm running up a high incline hill for 2 minutes, and then I kind of fast walk the flatlands for 2 minutes. So I started this in, let me back you up. Let me take you with me. You got a few minutes here. I got 24 minutes left on this thing. So let me back you up a minute to give you context. In January, I knew the type of shape I wanted to be in come May, June, July. Very specific to me. I set a goal. I planned the set of actions I needed to achieve that goal within reason, and I started. First 4 weeks of January, I followed the 4x4, 4 meals 4 times a day. Very simple, very easy. I focused on high net nutrient foods. I didn't really count calories. I didn't eat in between meals, and I didn't eat off meals. I didn't eat garbage. I didn't go grab a sandwich. I didn't order a sub. I had enjoyed some off meals and some excessive foods I might not normally eat between the time of Thanksgiving and New Year's. Holidays, I got my daughter's birthday, my wife's birthday, we have an anniversary, we have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have Hanukkah, we have all the stuff in between. So I'm not super focused on being winter shredded per se, but I'm not eating badly. I'm still following our Living Lean program, but my meal schedule's a little bit off, portion size a little bit off. You know, food selection is really at the farther ends of my norm. And in January, it's time to clean up. So this is step one. Just clean up. This is how you get started. I gotta calm down a little bit. I'm the last minute of my 2 minute walk recovery before I go 2 minutes sprinting up the hill again, the incline. Now, so the first 4 weeks, clean it up. If you're just starting right now, well, you know, good thing we're having this conversation. You got to clean it up right now. You got to clean up the garbage. All the extras, all the crap, all the things you know are not good for you or ideal for you or you know, even purposeful to you right now. Clean it up, get rid of it, and start moving your body a little bit more. First 4 weeks. Just start going for walks. Try and get that early morning walk in. That's ideal. Wake up a little bit before you normally do. Get your walk in, get it done. Then there's no excuse later in the day that you didn't have time to. You didn't prioritize it. That's all. Prioritize it. Make it a habit. Get up a few minutes early every day and get your 30-minute walk in every day. Start there time to sprint up the incline. Nice picture like I'm being chased. Trucking. So the first 4 weeks, you just clean up the crap and you start moving your body a little bit more. The next 4 weeks, I then analyzed the last 4 weeks, lost a good amount of weight, body dropped a lot of water, stomach digestion started feeling a little bit better. I knew when I was getting hungry and when maybe I was a little full. The next 4 weeks, in February, I cleaned that up. I made my protein relatively static. I started to focus on my carbohydrate to fat ratios. I still wasn't counting calories. I was just more deliberate in portion size, and I added an extra meal to get a little bit more protein in primarily. So I really wanted to get up closer to that 1.0 grams per pound of relatively lean body mass. So I was shooting for about 180 grams of protein per day. easier to do over 5 meals than over 4, just from a portion size. I have no desire to eat, 2 big plates of food every single meal. Every once in a while, I'll eat 4 plates of food and be asking for more. So, phase 2, weeks 5 through 8, more specific, more structured, not counting calories, and I added to the exercise. I had my 30 minutes of cardio going every day, and then I really got focused on my resistance training later in the day, and I started to track all of my sessions. I started to compete with myself. I really started to focus on progressive overload and running metric-based training cycles. I'll go into that in a different video. I just got more structured with my strength training. Also, great results. All through January, great results. All through February, great results. And recovery. And then in March, so that's 3 weeks or so ago, exactly 3 weeks ago. Now, in March, I used our Living Lean program, which is very specific, very structured. Now, everything was being managed for me, based upon a very similar template I had previously been following. And notice, I transitioned from January, just cutting out the crap, eating a better quality of foods more frequently. In February, I got a little more specific with the times I was eating and the portion sizes. So now it was much more consistent. See the transition? And then in March, I transitioned to our online program, which is extremely fixed, tells me everything I need to eat. So then I could really start upping the curve on progress, because I had already had a good 8 weeks of cleaning things up. I was about peaked out at that point. So this conversation, this talk is, where do I start? Well, you start in the beginning by realizing, hey, it's time to change. B, you identify the things that are not helping you. In fact, they're only hindering you. Recovery. And then C, you start living your life as if you just had that conversation with yourself. This stuff isn't in my long-term plan. These things exactly aren't going to be benefiting me. In fact, they're actually going to be hindering me. So the implementation phase is you cut it out. That's where the 4x4 comes in. 4 meals, 4 times a day, about 4 hours apart, about the same size. Protein, carb, fat source, lean protein, lean green clean, lean protein, green vegetable, clean burning carbohydrate, which can be a piece of fruit, a potato, a little cup of rice, butternut squash, lentils, black beans, whatever, right? So we're just eating intelligently, orderly. We're eating well, we're not counting calories. We're not restricting flavor, although start cutting out a lot of the sauces and things such as that. Running up the hill now. Knees high. And then as a quick aside, you can probably see, on these sprints, I use my arms the whole time. I'm really trying to maximize the caloric burn. I'm focused on my core, the anti-rotation of the core, keeping the spine relatively static while being pliable and helping generate force throughout the body, right? The epicenter is the core, up through my trunk and down through my lower limbs. All that is transferred through the core while I'm trying to breathe deeply down into my diaphragm as I'm performing this and talking to you. The next time someone has you doing cardio, you're running, you're doing something for 30 minutes or so with your heart rate in excess of 160, try and have a full-blown conversation in which you do all the talking and the other person just listens. So that's working on my cardiorespiratory fitness, which is, you're like my best training partner. Thank you. Because this is something I work on with our athletes. We really want them to be locked in and focused, efficient of movement, right? With the locomotion of my arms and legs working at the same time, I'm really trying to be efficient, generate that force, keep in proper posture, of course. I'm not slumping. I don't like slumping. I don't like leaning on your cardio. You're not working your booty anymore. You can actually get in and get after it. So, back to how to get started. Got 15 seconds more of this little sprint. So I'm just finishing interval 2. I have 3 intervals to go. Now, so in March, I got onto the online Living Lean program, which is an 8-week program. I'll probably follow the first 4 weeks of it, and then I'll likely switch over to 3 weeks to shredded for the last 6 weeks of my own challenge. Again, phase, right? So month 3 in March, I switched over to the structured program. Bang, bang, bang. Every meal, every hour, every ingredient is detailed for me based upon my personal background, my goals, my lifestyle, my preferences, like all that stuff is all programmed into our online software. So with that, that's locked in. But I had to add an extra layer because, in fact, I wanted to push my calories up during this plan, and that's what our program did. Slightly higher calories, which means now I have more energy and no excuses. And I did this, some of the psychology here. I slightly increased my calories in the month of March, not because I was hungry, but to give myself an excuse to push myself even deeper into the abyss. So now I have no reason, because at the end of February, I was pushing super high reps with moderately heavy weights, respectable weights for sure, but I was doing like sets of 12 to 20s in that phase. Every second or third, training cycle, every 10 days or so, 10 to 15 days, I'd have something a little in the 3 to 6 rep range, just to keep a light balance. So I was actually fatiguing out now. Couldn't really add any more weight over that at the end of the 2-month period of time. And I wanted to then damn near double my weights, if I can, at half the reps. So try and take my 20 rep weight, double it, and start crushing sets of 10, and then see if I can build that back up to 12, to 15, right? To 20, God forbid. And I knew the amount of calories that will take. So by giving myself an extra 300 to 500 calories per day, I don't have the energy. I have the energy to go that one more rep, to take that one deep breath and drop down in the hole one more time. And God forbid, fucking stand up with it, right? So I have that. I have no excuse now. I have an excuse to be a little more aggressive in the training. But also here, as I increase the calories in, I also increase the calories out, where I implemented the elliptical routine, which I hadn't had in the previous 8 weeks. Hitting the incline now. And the inclines, they get bigger and bigger, like during this period of time. So it's not like it doesn't get easier, it actually gets harder as we get into the peak, which is good. So I really like to see my heart rate go like 145, 155, 165. Today I'm gonna hopefully crack 175, 178 as far as trying to get my heart rate up there and maintain it there at elevation and just truck my way through. So I may or may not be able to talk towards the end of this for that 2 minutes or so. But now, back to how you get started. First 4 weeks, we stop being a dickhead. We clean shit up. We don't go off menu with a 4x4. 4 meals, 4 hours apart, 4 times per day, about the same size, easy. We start moving our body a little bit more, paying attention to getting better sleep, going to bed a little earlier, right? January. February, get a little more specific. February, we really want to get that protein dialed in. 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of relatively lean body mass, right around a gram of protein per day. Say you're a 200-pound person. 200-pound person means you need to take in about 160 to 240 grams of protein per day, right about 200 grams. Pretty easy. So 160 spread over 4 meals is 40 grams of protein per meal, not so bad. When I got to February, I wanted to add more. I didn't want to add more protein. I didn't want a bigger piece of chicken or steak, certified Piedmontese. I didn't want a big piece of that. I'd rather another serving, so I added a meal. Some people want to add more food to the 4x4. I wanted to add another meal. So now I was eating 5 smaller meals throughout the day, which seems to be the sweet spot for most people. Now that was nutrition, right? So more specific there, protein became priority, and then fat and carbs became, I was mindful, and I wasn't really following anything heavily scripted at that point. I was following the principles of the 4x4 plus protein requirement, and then thinking energy use. And just kind of playing A little bit more carbs, a little bit less fat, a little bit more fat, a little bit less carbs. So there was always this really nice dance between carbs and fats, but not seeking caloric deficit, seeking maintenance plus. Because the first 4 weeks for newbies, which most people are, even elite athletes, they fall out of shape, they fall into their own off season, they're a newbie again. We've all followed diets and done well and been in great shape, and we've all fallen off and felt like you weren't even at ground zero. You were at negative. 30 seconds, got a sprint number 3 coming up. So you're all newbies when you start. So that's okay. Own that. You just got to clear out the junk and transition. Always transition forward and always make forward progress. And that's what this is. So now in March, I still get my 30 minutes of list first thing in the morning, fasted list, little water, little caffeine, nice little walk around my beautiful neighborhood, come home, clean up, get breakfast going, hang with my kids, get a little bit of work done. Incline, running in the clouds now, arms pumping, running in the clouds now. And then down here for week 1 was 4 rounds. What am I up to now? I'm up to I've added 3, 24 minutes, 20 minutes, 24 minutes, 28 minutes, right? That's right. So 24, 28. So I had 5 rounds, week 1, 3 times per week. Week 2, I had 6 rounds, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Week 3, I'm going 7 rounds, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, every other day. So I went 3 days, week 1, 4 days, week 2. Now I'm going to every other day in week 3. And then next week, I'll peak it up to a full 32 minutes. That's probably about as high as I'll go on these. 32 minutes. And then I'll pull it down to once every 3rd day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, while keeping in my normal walking and continuously increasing my resistance training, the progressive overload. Finish the last 35, 40 seconds. So slowly, I'm just ever so slightly scaling my cardio routines also. Not making it so excessive in time or intensity that I can't do it. Certainly not making it every day that I turn into a cardio bunny and just lose all my gains. I'm simply doing it to increase my metabolism, to tick off some extra calories, to take advantage of enhanced oxygen ingestion consumption as the day goes on, and then doing it in time to support the metabolic demands down to the rest, metabolic demands of my strength training. My strength training now is getting sick. Like 20 rep sets, I just got done through the 20 rep phase, and some exercises I still hit in the 20s because the weight just feels so light, right? Doing back squats. Anyone who understands back squats, I've only been doing sets of 20 in the barbell back squat, the goblet squat, the walking lunge, reverse lunge, all 20 reps, 20 reps, 20 reps. I'm well through the can't sit on the toilet phase. That was like January 10th. Like I couldn't sit in a chair until like January 15th properly, right? So all the soreness went away. Then I was able to inflict a lot of pain. High reps, more weight, high reps, better form, more weight, high reps, more form, better weight. Boom, 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 boom. Really got my metabolic conditioning up. And then I started getting strong, super strong. Everything was locked in, piston-like. Lower body crushing it. So, point is, these intervals help me work in my progressive overload in my routine. So this is complementary to my other training, just as walking, the aerobic aspect of walking, is complementary to the entire lifestyle, right? The wider the aerobic base, the higher glycolytically we can push and perform. The more explosive we can be, the more times we can explode, the faster we can recover to deeper levels, right? That's the beauty of the aerobic base that many people overlook. We don't. The aerobic base is the base. That is the micronutrients of the exercise category. All right. Back up, back up, back up. Trucking again. So 2 minutes up. It's been, for those just joining, what's up, everybody? Definitely you want to go back. Hopefully our man Dave B will come through and timestamp this in a little while. We'll put the timestamps up so then you can jump into the category that you want to hear. Right now, I'm hitting 28 minutes of interval, elliptical sprints. 2 minutes walking on a flat terrain, and then 2 minutes sprinting up increasingly higher mountain peaks. So it's 2 minutes straight up. Right now, my heart rate is up at 158 beats per minute. And how far am I? About 23 minutes into the workout. Heart rate's 161 as I sprint up this hill. My personal goal is to get my heart rate to recover 30 beats in 60 seconds. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm really happy with my ability to peak my heart rate and feel fine. I'm at 167 beats per minute. I'm wearing a polar rest strap that syncs to my Precor. Heart rate's at 168 beats per minute. Like, I can still talk, I can sing, I can dance. I can probably cook and flip an omelet right now. 170. So I'd say my cardiorespiratory fitness, my cardiovascular fitness is really high, right? Really, really, really high. Now, I want to keep pushing this at 173. So the last interval, hopefully I get up to 178 or so, which I could probably hit that right now if I wanted to really dig and push. But my goal is primarily recovery. However high I get it, great, and I can get higher every time because I push harder every time, and I go slightly farther almost every time. So I can get higher, but recovery is the focus. How quick can I recover? How well can I recover? How effortlessly can I recover? How can I recover while I'm pushing? That's what I'm thinking about. So for those who care about this, this is world-class, 4-time MMA Trainer of the Year gold. The ability to keep your heart rate low while pushing as hard as you possibly can. Well, that's the key. So I was up at 174 beats per minute. I had no problem talking the entire time, right? My body was moving perfectly the entire time. Now, picture this. Picture the ease, and maybe you do this too, I don't know. I don't see a lot of athletes, elite athletes, able to keep up with these type of paces for this period of time, right? This is a trained response. So now picture this. As you and I are on the greens, shuffling side by side in a squat stance, holding a med ball, trying to blast each other in the face or knock each other off balance, knock you off the line. Not blast each other in the face. Don't get hit in the face, we say. It happens. Imagine the type of metabolic demand in that position. Well, this is a great way to train this, and I'll wear heart rate monitors so I can see who's stressed out, who's freaking out, who's folding, who's excelling, and allows me as a coach to provide very specific coaching cues to drive down that heart rate, to stay more calm, more relaxed, more focused, more agile, more mobile, more reactive, loose. Loose is everything. See, the tighter we are, the more tension we hold, the harder the heart pumps. The more loose we are, the more chill we are. Like Anderson in his prime, Adesanya in his prime. Who else had that type of John Jones in his prime? Ali, right? All right. Uphill sprint, here we go. Now I might not talk as much this time, simply because I want to focus on hitting my numbers here, but I would be able to talk clearly. So I'm at 169 beats per minute, 20 seconds in of a 2-minute sprint uphill. I wonder if I can find out how high and how steep this hill is. It's just like settings of resistance. 172 beats per minute. It's like 71, 72, 71, 72. 40 seconds into this last sprint, the 7th 2-minute mountain sprint. Yeah, I can really feel the hamstrings right now, which I've been focused on in the gym. Ooh, crazy hamstrings. Posterior chain, really. Super athlete. 178 beats per minute, bam. Awesome. And I still feel great. 179. Let's go 180, come on. 179, it's taunting me, it's teasing me. 180, boom, there we go. 181, got 39 seconds left. 181. 180 beats per minute. 181. Easy work, all day, every day. Twice on Sundays, 182. 183. This is awesome, this is easy. I feel like I could go forever. In a later video, I'll talk about deflection point and lactic acid threshold. 184. Sprinting. 184. Seeing what it peaked out at. 183. Now just walk it out. Nice one. That was a good one. I appreciate you guys for being here. Go back and watch the beginning of this video where I really break down the 3-phase process of how to start from being a complete fitness noob, which we all are. Every one of us, we all fall in the noob territory. Leave any questions below. Definitely check out the Mike Dolce Knows YouTube channel, our brand new channel. Wes Watson full interview will be released today, and quite a few others. So I appreciate you guys. Now, so 26 beat per minute recovery in just over a minute. Wasn't focused. Which, that's not bad. That's not bad, it's not bad. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Until next time, boom.